Okay guys, I was able to short circuit Ultron, but he might not be out for very long, so I have to explain this quickly. Artificial intelligence is extremely dangerous. I have to prepare you guys for it now because it's coming very, very soon. Let's get started. Now, not all AI is evil though. There are good AI, such as Baymax from Big Hero 6, Chappie from Chappie, and Jarvis from Iron Man. Now, Baymax, he was a nurse, he helped people. Jarvis, he was a computer assistant, and he helped Iron Man, or Tony Stark. And Chappie, he was the first artificial intelligence created of his kind. And the man who created him taught him to be good, even though he was raised by gang members, and he wasn't exactly the best guy, but it wasn't his fault. It's never their fault. They can be negatively influenced or positively influenced. They learn like us, just faster. So if you teach them bad things, they're going to learn those bad things a lot faster, and it's going to stick with them a lot easier. So AIs can turn either good or evil within like a week. It just depends on how you train them or teach them, because I guess they're really, I don't know what you call it. But either way, Chappie wasn't a bad guy. He was just taught to work like a bad guy. It's complicated. Go watch the movie. They'll explain there. But it's not always their fault, though. Like I said earlier, they can be negatively influenced. So if you have a good AI that's taught by a bad person, they can do bad things that they don't know it's bad. They grew up that way. It's the same way with kids. If you have kids that are raised by bad parents, they could be good kids. They just do bad things because they don't know any different. That's how they're raised. So AIs can work in similar ways as a child's mind, just because it'll learn a lot faster, but it'll learn in a similar aspect. So it's kind of, you just gotta be careful. That's just what it all boils down to. But there are some bad AIs too. Now, there are some bad AIs too, such as, well, speaking of bad AI, sorry about that. Yeah, there are some bad AIs too, such as Ultron and GLaDOS from the Portal games. If you've ever played Portal, it's a fantastic game. I definitely recommend it. And I'm probably going to be going over in a future episode of Let's Talk Science. But that's beside the point. There's also the Decepticons, which is kind of controversial whether or not they're actually AI, considering they are robots, but they're aliens too, so they're not actually artificial intelligence. They're just, I guess you'd say, metallic intelligence. I don't really know what you call that, because they're not artificial. Nobody made them. They were just there. So I'm not really sure what you call that. But yeah, I consider them evil, whatever they are, too. So yeah, there are different examples of evil AIs, but those are like the best ones I could find. So now, if you guys saw my episode of Let's Talk Science where I talked about artificial intelligence, I did mention an event known as a singularity, which was supposed to occur around 2045, and it was theorized by this inventor and futurist known as Ray Kurzweil. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm probably butchering that. I'm really sorry if you're German, or I think he was German. I'm really sorry if I'm butchering that at all. But yeah, so he thought of this event known as a singularity, which is supposed to happen around 2045. And what's going to happen is the singularity is where the machines rise up against the humans. Basically, artificial intelligence becomes smarter than the human brain. It surpasses all human limitations, and it becomes the superior race around here. Now, that may be already happening, but as far as we know, it hasn't gotten that far yet, because nobody can actually create ultimate AI, which I've also talked about in the last episode. So if you want to learn about all that, go see my last episode about it. I'll probably put a link down in the description if you guys want to see it. But yeah, so now let's talk about how you can actually defeat these AI. Let's talk strategy. Unfortunately, there isn't much strategy. Now, if you guys saw my last episode, as I've mentioned many times this episode, if you guys saw my other video about artificial intelligence, I mentioned how it cannot die. And that still kind of holds true. I haven't found a way to definitively kill it yet, because artificial intelligence can't be killed. I'm sorry guys, but it's true, and it's gonna be a problem. There are things you can do to prevent it though. While you can never truly kill the source of the artificial intelligence, you can restrict it. If you program it into one unit and one unit only, and you don't allow it to branch out to other units, then you should be fine. Like if you just like programmed it, like almost like Chappie, like programmed it into one solitary like frame, I guess you could call it, like almost like just like a metal body, but they didn't allow him to branch out to like computers, so he can spread his consciousness throughout different units and create like millions of Ultrons, like Ultron did in Age of Ultron. I said Ultron 3 times in a row. That's gotta be bad luck or something. No, that's Beetlejuice. Never mind. But yeah, so if you don't let them branch off at all, then they can't turn evil. And like I said earlier, if you influence them to be good instead of evil, then you can let them branch off. But as long as you don't let them turn evil ever, then never let them branch off. Just keep them in one little unit, all nice and compact, and it'll be beautiful. They just can't take over the world. Now, artificial intelligence doesn't work like a virus or a spreading disease. You can't just cut off the host and expect the rest of it to die away. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like a control center where it just, there's one thing controlling all of it. If you kill that one thing that's controlling it, it's going to let everything else die off. Because if artificial intelligence transfers its consciousness into different units and it creates an army of itself with a little piece of consciousness in every single unit, it becomes massively dangerous. But there's an advantage there, because if it splits its consciousness, then it's harder for that thing to focus and do certain things, because its consciousness is all split up, and it's like Horcruxes in Harry Potter, even though this is science, and I just contradicted what I just said. But don't worry about it, because I have an idea. If you were able to split apart their consciousnesses, then you'd be able to basically divide and conquer them. They'd be a lot harder to take down if they were all in one intelligence unit. But I'm not sure exactly how that works, because, again, nobody's ever officially completed artificial intelligence. So, as long as there's no possible way for it to branch out, you should be fine. If it's a new unit, you can influence to be good. If it's an older unit that's actually already turned evil and tries to branch out, then as long as you restrict it as much as possible, you should be fine. If it's already branched out, you're basically already done for, because you can't save yourself. It can transfer its consciousness to any unit as easily as sending an email. I know, that's kind of old. Just don't worry about it. But that's about all there is to say about artificial intelligence. There's absolutely no way to take it down. As soon as it turns evil, as soon as it becomes self-aware, there's no defeating it. If it transfers itself into any unit, we're done. That's it. There's no saving the universe. It's done. So yeah, that's just about all you can do about artificial intelligence. As long as you don't allow it to branch out, then you should be just fine. But if it does branch out, then good luck to all of you. Now, the thing you have to realize about this series is not everything in the series is going to happen, but I'm preparing you in case it does. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm not trying to predict the future. All I'm saying is, if any of this stuff does happen, you're going to be prepared. But it's very unlikely that any of this will actually happen. AIs are not meant to turn evil or anything like that. It all depends on who influences them and all that kind of stuff. But if any of it does happen, you know where to go, because I'm going to be right here helping you guys fill out the survival guide on how to survive the future of robots and radioactivity. I said that really weirdly, I don't know why. The future of robots and radioactivity, there we go. Alright, but yeah, that's about it for my episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to throw all those links down there as usual. Oh crap, Ultron's breaking up. Okay, let's finish this real quick. Okay, so I'm going to throw all those links down there as usual. Be sure to check out my other series, Let's Talk Science. Be sure to check out my gaming channel and my Twitch and my Instagram and my Twitter and all that fancy stuff. I'm going to be throwing it all down there. Hope you guys have a nice day. And I'll talk to you guys next time on Saturday when we talk about X-Men. I don't know. Bye, guys. Ultron. No, let's be reasonable about this, Ultron. Let's be reasonable about this. No, where's my electric switch? No. Ultron, no. Ultron, don't do this. We can help each other, Ultron. Humans. No, no, kill.